Good evening, dear friends. Hope you're all doing wonderful and having a great day. We will right now do the Daily Mitzvah for Monday, continuing the mitzvahs that have to do with the holiday of Pesach. 3 mitzvahs for today. The first mitzvah is that it is forbidden to see chametz in your house, wherever you live and on any of your property, all 7 days, all the 7 biblical days of Pesach, which, by the way, outside of Israel is 8 days. Okay, as we spoke about another day, and maybe we'll get back to explaining what that's all about. But 7 days in Israel, that's the biblical amount, and then 1 more day outside of Israel. You can't see it, as the verse, the Torah says, "V'lo yirah lecha chametz, v'lo yirah lecha sa'er b'chol gvulecha," and you shall not see any chametz, any leavened item, and you shall not see any sa'er. Sa'er means like something which helps propel the leavening product, like yeast, like a leavening agent. I don't know what the proper term for that is, but okay, I guess that's the term. And that is the mitzvah. You can't see it. Now, the Rambam says like this. If you have chametz sitting in your house, and when Pesach comes, it's still there, it's still visible, you are violating this mitzvah, but you can't get punished. Because there's a rule in Jewish law, no punishment could be given for something which no action was done for. So the Rambam says, but if you go on Pesach and you bring chametz into your property, then that's doing an action of this violation, and therefore there is also the punishment. Second mitzvah for today, similar to the previous mitzvah, but different, is that no chametz shall be found on your property. Last mitzvah was it shouldn't be seen. This time it says it shouldn't be found, it shouldn't be present, even if it's not visible. And even if it's only a deposit that you are holding for somebody else, an item of chametz, it shouldn't be found. As the Torah says, Shivas Yamim So'er Lo Yimatzei B'Vatechem. For 7 days, leavened stuff should not be found in your homes. Now, what's the difference between these 2 mitzvahs? That it shouldn't be seen and it shouldn't be found? So the Rambam says that the Gemara actually goes, the Talmud goes, and shows you how every single one of these mitzvahs, these 2 distinct mitzvahs, each each covers for different variables, and some variables are only included in this mitzvah, and other variables are only included in the other mitzvah. So you need both to create the entire prohibition against owning and seeing chametz. So these are 2 separate mitzvahs. So if somebody does have chametz in their property, they are violating 2 mitzvahs. Both it shouldn't be seen, and both it shouldn't be found. So it's a very interesting concept that 2 very, very similar mitzvahs, but they are still 2 distinct mitzvahs. Okay, and finally, the final mitzvah is that there's a positive mitzvah to eat matzah on the night of the 15th of Nisan, the opening night of Pesach, which is the first Seder night. There's a mitzvah to eat matzah, both in a case where it is possible to have the Pesach offering, to bring the lamb, and to do it properly in the Beis HaMikdash, in the Holy Temple. But even if we don't have the lamb, we can't bring the Pesach offering, then we still have the mitzvah to eat matzah on the opening Seder night, as the Pasuk says, Ba'erev teichlu matzos, on this evening, which is the 15th of Nisan, you shall eat matzah. Now, the Rambam says the mitzvah to eat matzah on Pesach is only a mitzvah for the Seder night, or the Seder nights, outside of Israel, the 2 nights. But the other days of Pesach, there's no mitzvah to eat matzah. There's only prohibition against eating chametz, leavened bread. But technically, if you want to go through the rest of Pesach without eating any bread, there's no obligation to eat bread, only for the Seder nights. And dear friends, those are our mitzvahs. 3 mitzvahs for today. We'll see you all very soon for our next daily mitzvah. Have a wonderful evening, a wonderful day. Sei gesund.